Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, where we are playing Monster Rancher 4. In the last episode, a magical cave appeared out of nowhere on our ranch. We are going to adventure in it. We're going to start. There is some bullshit with this because it's a tutorial level, essentially. So I will explain it rather than making you read all the text. Essentially, these caves allow us to find special crap. The only thing is you, okay, yes. The thing with these, caves is that eventually... Oh, that's fucking gross. Anyway, the thing with these caves... I think I can... Yeah. Whatever. The thing with these caves is that whenever you explore, it actually takes the life expectancy off of all your monsters who participate. But going into these caves is the only way to find some advanced stuff. Now, there are random battles as you are seeing now, but the problem with random battles is you do not get experience, you do not get money, you don't really get anything. They're a pain in the ass. It does let you see some new creatures, but... you know, it doesn't grossly help you with your overall goal. So, it's an interesting concept to me because basically what this whole thing means is your creatures have to suffer and die for all these exploration deals. Oh, you do get levels. Pfft. Oh, that's how... everything's coming back to me. Yep, see, like I said. So, that's right, everything's coming back to me. As a creature levels up, he gains new moves. And then eventually he will die, but he'll pass those moves on to his kids. And that is where, that is how to get stronger and stronger monsters. So the parents have to explore, they have to suffer with having lower lifespans, they have to die. But they'll pass on their knowledge to their kids, who will not have to explore to gain those same benefits. Now, these stupid bats that are following me around, if I stop moving, they'll fire up a random battle at me. So it's, I guess, not exactly a random battle. It's not true random, but whatever. But there is a limit to... but there are some random battles. Anyway... the dungeons are randomized, but there are limits to them, and if we can get all the way down to the bottom, we get some sort of special reward. Some of those rewards are what is required. I believe the next storyline element is that I have to get to the bottom. I have to get the super reward from this dungeon. If I can't do it this time, then I'll just do it next time. Not a real big problem. Could you freaking die, Medillo E? Whatever you are. Smack. And it's this kind of stuff that I said I'll probably likely play off camera unless you guys specifically want me to record every second of gameplay, barring some things that I will time skip just for the sake of getting out of redundancy. But it's up to you, because around at PyroFalkon's Let's Play Extravaganza, it is your Let's Play too. Now at these stairs, I do have the chance to just bail. And if I bail, then I will not suffer... either I won't suffer any lifespan expectancy problems, or I'll suffer fewer. But I can simply quit by hitting square here and just immediately bail from the dungeon, but if I do that, then all the monsters will have some serious life expectancy problems as a result. I really dig this game, and I've always hoped they made a sequel, but given that they never made a sequel for the PS3, I highly doubt they'll make one for the PS4. It's especially, unlikely, since the entire gimmick is to work with discs, like CDs and DVDs, and at least for the modern systems, well, I guess most modern systems can play DVDs still, but, you know, with everything going more and more digital, it's becoming less of a reason to actually revisit the gimmick. I'm hoping against hope, you know. But still, the whole Monster Rancher series never took off as much as the Monster or as much as like Pokemon or others, which sort of made me sad because I always liked Monster Rancher a lot. I think at the end of the day, I probably like Pokemon better, but Pokemon is a mobile title. This one isn't, which means I can comfortably enjoy this game at home. And with I don't know. I have a connection to this game. Monster Rancher 1, 2, and 3 were kind of meh. 1 did a decent job with the formula. 2 did a very, very good job with the formula. Number 3 completely went against formula and was just an awful game. I know Zane hated it. Zane didn't like number 3 because it only took him 2 monsters to beat the game. And that was... ah, crap. How do I tag? Is it L1? Yep, it's L1. So, this way we can give, uh-oh. We're starting to have problems here. There we go. Jeez. So, Zane didn't like the third game because, basically, rather than having 2 parents who had to combine to make your super, you know, your next child monster, there we go. Oh, that's gonna get annoying. Ugh. I'm about to punch you in the eye, Maynard. Rather than needing 2 parents to create a super monster, you only needed 1. In that game, when a monster died, it left behind a life essence, and... wait, what? That's fine. It left behind a life essence, and then your new monster just had to eat the life essence, and all of a sudden it gained all the energy of the old monster, which, frankly, what it did was it made the whole idea of death and breeding completely irrelevant. It was just awful. And there was a very major bug in the third game where there was a particular dialogue option, and if you picked it, it would actually block you from further advancement in the game. And I'm amazed that a bug that huge would have slipped through the cracks of playtesting, but it did, so... so yeah, I owned number 3 and I hated it. Pretty much sold it immediately. But then Monster Rancher 4 came back, went back to the original basic formula, and it added this whole exploration deal. Very cool. This is by far one of my favorite games of all time. I'm so happy with it. And I am so, so happy I'm back to it. I don't know what made me suddenly want to play it. I don't know. Isn't there a way I can... Yes, I knew there was a way I could cycle you on the field. R2. So weird button for that, anyway. So all these items I'm getting, we can sell them later. Or I can give them as gifts to the monsters. Ah, blue chest. This means this is the last chest. As soon as I check it, I'll be out of here. So I want to look at the surroundings, make sure there's nothing else here. And we have a life tablet. Kick-ass. So with the life tablet, I can basically sacrifice it to give any of my creatures a lot of life. I think... Or not. I don't know. Or maybe it just... Maybe it's used by the blueprint guy to make another life machine. Maybe that's it. I can't remember now. I can remember most of this game, but not all of it. Yep, there's Pollock. Okay, that was it. He invited himself over. We're going to give him the life tablet. He's going to make a blueprint for... Or it's a blueprint for a life gadget. Uh-huh. 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 Okay. So it told me I need to go exploring again. That might be my next, storyline deal, that I have to go exploring again. I guess we'll find out soon. Okay, Maynard and Garu did crap, so I'm gonna yell at them. I'm very mean. Start doing better, ass! Don't take that tone with me. I will punt you. Gotta do better, Maynard. Oh, now I feel bad. And now where is... There you are. Rasta, you're doing very well, so I will praise you for not being a douche. I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. Other than the fact that it's very terrifying. We're gonna go back to town. I think... Maybe there's nothing more for me to do other than adventure. Ah, there's the item shop. Okay, good. So we're gonna buy some food. Because no more freebies. So we're gonna buy some... Well, I have to go up one at a time. Or, yeah, one at a time, whatever. Buy some potatoes. Gonna buy some nanners. And... we'll buy some honey drops. And I guess that'll be it. Should be enough for us. Now we're going to head back to the ranch. Enthralling. I might reduce episodes to only 15 minutes in length starting at the next one, or maybe even this one, since they're... Shockingly, I mean, for better or for worse, this is the game. And, you know, if you don't like repetitiveness, you want to avoid it. I've pretty much done what I need to do here. We just need to start getting everybody into tournaments and such. Here, have some food, buddy. So from here on out, it's just management. You have monsters, you train them, you battle them, you get money, you do things like that there. I should probably get a notebook, just in case one of my monsters don't like particular food. Alright, well that's a good thing. Potatoes seem to... Like, almost every monster loves potatoes. Which is great, because they're filling and they're cheap, so... They're... Ah! Okay. So, let's go on another adventure. Fuck it. Now, usually it's not good to send your monsters on 2 adventures like this in rapid succession. All it's going to do is make them tired, especially if you don't change their training schedules, and I'm not, because I'm a terrible person. So we're just going to we're going ahead and we're going to keep this going because I want the secret thingies that are in here. But see, this is what I was talking about, that the game is sometimes unclear about what your next story goal is. Do I explore? Do I keep going to increase my standing? Do I just need a D-class creature? What happens? What do I do? What do I even do? And a journal would of some kind, a quest list would really help. But I don't know. It doesn't exist in the game, so you just deal with it. And, I mean, at the end of the day, I could always look it up on a walkthrough or a FAQ or whatever, and I never pronounce it as FAQ. I always say FAQ. Anyway, you know, so I don't like looking things up on FAQs or guides if I can help it. Can I not? Oh, that's how to do it. Okay, so Garu got something. I think he got a new move. Nope. Okay, he got a trait. Yes, traits help customize monsters as well. So, because of Sonic Nail and Fire Lore and King's Fist, it allows me to increase some damage, which is awesome. I think we can... Let's see, how do I do it? Yes, there we go. So these little symbols up by the attacks... There we go. The little symbols up by the attacks show what element they have been charged with. We're going to add the fire element to the claws attack. That increases life damage and critical hit at a cost of guts damage and accuracy. I'm okay with that. Although you can also do... You can put the same move on there twice, which I'll show you here. So like, well, now we'll put the claws here. So I have the claws twice, so I have a more accurate version and a less accurate but more powerful version. So that's how you can customize moves and really play the game to what is your play style, especially for battling. And these battles, the random battles and explorations, help you kind of practice your new moves because you don't really get a chance to practice. There's no practice dummy or anything where you can experiment with new attacks that you've learned. Wow, that made a huge impact. And I gave him palsy. I feel kind of bad about that. Nice dodge. Stop ignoring my commands. Thank you. Ah, final guts. That just means that they get 1 hit point back and they avoid death momentarily. But we're gonna end that nonsense so it stops happening. So that was a demonstration of why I did the elements the way I did. We led by Fire Claws, gave a significant amount of damage, but then finished it off with a more accurate attack. Oorah. That is how we do. So I'm just going to explore. I'm going to see what's at the bottom of the cave this time. If it's nothing, then I may just have to do the competitions from here on out to get a D-class monster. What I may have to do is I may have to start... I may have to start reading the dialogue instead of blazing through it. Stop. So as excited as I am for this game, I know you guys are probably less than excited about this particular moment, especially since I have very little to talk about. Hopefully the next time I do this, the Akamura will be able to join me. But you've basically seen all the elements of the game. There's just 3, essentially. It's training, training, tournaments, and exploration. Beyond that, it's just simple RPG elements. But together, they make one hell of a game. I'm very happy with this thing. Very happy. But when I record, I will definitely record any sort of storyline, plot advancements, any really important matches. I may just show the official tournaments. I'll always show disc, monster creation, so you guys see what I'm getting from any particular CD or DVD that I use. But I'm not going to simply... Like, I used to grab my entire collection of discs, and I would sit there, and for literally hours, I would just make monster, and I wouldn't keep any of them. I would just make them. That way, my book would be more complete, and then I'd go from there. But I've learned the hard way that that's boring as shit, and it usually pisses me off and turns me off from the game before I've even played it, which is bad. So... we're not doing that this time. I have my 3 creatures, and until I decide to replace one, I won't make any more at all. But we'll definitely record it when I do. And I think I will... I think after this episode, I'm going to call it a night as far as constant recording goes. But I will keep I'll keep my finger next to the record button, because I'm definitely not done playing it. And that will give me a chance to record any of the next storyline advancements or any battles, etc. But let me know in the comments what parts of this game you want to see. I'll try to tailor the rest of the episodes to your request, and then we will go from there. Stop dodging, asshole! So, thanks for watching, everyone. Like, comment, and subscribe if you are so inclined, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow, maybe not, but definitely soon for another episode of Monster Rancher 4. Thanks for watching, everyone.